Just last week, Google rolled out some updates to Google Classroom, so I thought I would redo my video showing how to get started with Classroom and then showing some of the updates. So you can see I'm at my Classroom page, which is classroom.google.com. You need to be in a Google Apps for Education site in order to have Classroom available to you. When you first get to there, if it's your first time, you may see a window that says Teacher or Student, ask you sign up as. Always pick Teacher. You can join other classes as student, but you can't create a class unless you pick Teacher. So pick Teacher. And then you should get to a page like this, and the first time you get there, you probably won't see any of these because you won't be in any classes. This is a class I have created, and these are two classes on the edges that I have joined. So I am a student in those classes, but I'm a teacher in this class. To get started, you just click the plus sign, and then you can join a class or create a class. Students will see the same thing, but they should only see join a class. So I'm going to create a class. I'm going to title it Test Class 3. I could write a section like Period 1, Period 7, whatever, spring, fall, however you want to name it. Then it's going to create it. That's it. I have my class. Now I can change my class theme. This is pretty much just how it looks. And you see I only have limited selection. I can't upload my own. So maybe I'll select this one. I'm partial to the one with the stars. I can then go over here and we'll see the different parts. So first off, I have three sections. The stream is where I'm going to see all my announcements and assignments. The students, where I'll see my class roster. And then the about is just where I can put the information about my class. I can have the folder link to this. I could add materials like a syllabus, like a link to a calendar. I'm going to go back to the stream. I'll see the upcoming assignments here. Now everything in the stream will be when you enter it. So the newest thing will always be on top, no matter the due date. So when I put in assignments, it doesn't matter when the assignment is due. It's all about when I enter it into the stream. I can show deleted items from the stream. This will show up for me, so I can see things I've deleted, like if I deleted comments or announcements from students. And then I see my class code, and this is how students can join the class. I can manually enter students, but it's also easier to just have students go to classroom.google.com, click join a class, and then enter your classroom code. And the nice thing about this is I can reset this code because I'm not sure if that's an O or a 0 sometimes. I would reset that. If I'm not sure about some of these letters, or I think if my students will have trouble with that, I'm going to reset that. So you can see I can reset and I have a whole new code now. Now, I give that code to my students. They go to classroom.google.com, they click join a class, and then I'll see them all in here. I can invite my students, so if I have their email addresses or I have my class list, I can do that. And then once I have students in my class, I can make it so they can post and comment, they can only comment, or only the teacher can post and comment. So pretty much that means that if I don't want students making announcements in the stream, I can set that right here. Now the stream then, like I said, you have two things. You can do announcements, if I click that, and this is where I can share a reminder with students. I can share resources. This will not show up. Students won't be able to turn anything into an announcement, but yet I can attach a lot of things. And the nice thing is I have multiple classes. I can in one class create an announcement or an assignment and have it show up individually in each of my sections. Assignments are very similar. You're going to put the name of the assignment and you put a description. You can do that. You can attach things. Now the nice thing is about attaching is I can pick from my drive. I can upload from my computer. But one nice thing, so let's go to my drive for a second. We're going to just look for a file. Sure, untitled document. I'm going to click add. And I get an option here, students can view file, they can add a file, or I can make a copy for each student. So this will make an individual copy for each student, and then pretty much I have the ability to watch their progress. Because the nice thing is that I will see any of the work they do into that even before they turn it in. So I can have options when I create something for students. The edit file means that that's one file that everybody can edit. Probably not going to be using that a whole lot. Students can view files, so if that's information or reading or something like that, you can put that there. Making a copy, I think that's one of the best options you have. Now, I'm going to go back, and so you can see those three bars there, how I move around. I'm going to go back to my Tech Innovation site. This is one I've already created. So you see I have some things posted in here. I have some announcements and assignments. And the assignments, they'll show the due date, and this was due before. The due date really just is a reminder to students. It will not stop them from being able to turn in assignments, but will be a reminder. So I'm going to click on this review assignment. You can see that 3 people did not do it, 1 person did. What I can do is I can click on the people, and then I can click on their assignment to see what they did. Even those who did not do it, see it's still a work in progress because they did not hit submit, and they have to do that in the document or in classroom. I have another video that shows everything from the student side, but I could actually click this and see what they're doing. Even though they have not turned it in yet, I can see all their work from when they get started, and I can provide feedback and resources and help along the way instead of just waiting to when they turn it in. Don't be surprised. Look at what they're doing on the way. So I can go in here, I can just click on all these, and now here's the interesting thing. If I'm going to give a grade to this assignment, I then have to turn it back into them. So the only person who's turned it in is Steven. So let's say I gave him a grade of 100. Out of 100, I can make this out whatever I want. And then I have to click return for that to be saved. So it's going to give Steven editing rights to that document again. Once a student turns in an assignment, they only get viewing rights to that assignment. They cannot edit it until you return it. Now they can unsubmit it, so they can pull it back in order to make some edits, but then I'll see when they turned it in. So if you are adding grades or comments here, make sure to return that so that those are saved. I can go back to my assignment details and check that. Once you create an assignment, you cannot change how you distribute it. So if I made it so that they can view it, I can't change that to make a copy for each student. And that's kind of an important thing. If you want a copy for each student, you have to do that when you create the assignment. Now, nice little update. This is one of the ones I like, is that now I see on the left side here, I can see assignments from the teaching side. I can see assignments for all my classes, or I can select one class at a time. Then I can see how many have done that, how many have not done it. I get some options I can mark as reviewed, or I can go into that assignment then, and then grade it, provide feedback, just get information from my students. So that's up in the 3 bars in the assignments part. Students will also see that on their side too. And then I can also archive classes. Once I'm done with the class for, like, say, a semester, I can archive it, which is not deleting it, but then it doesn't show up in my active stream. I can always go back to it. And then I can see my settings, but you don't really have a lot of settings here. Pretty much it's just email notifications, which I would highly suggest you turn that on. Now going back to here, you can see again, I'm going to click into one of these. I'm a student. The view doesn't look that different. I see a stream. I see classmates and about. I can see my assignments. So here's an assignment that I have not done yet. You can see it gives me a little information here. That was the new update from the last time I was in this class. There was a copy made for me before, but that was deleted. This person's just playing around with this too. If I want to, I can even add in my own files. So students always have the ability, even if you create a copy for them, they can add in other files. So if they want to add something to that, they can. And they can even create directly from in here, and it'll open it up in a new window. Now, one of the nice updates with Google Classroom, and here's a little blog post from Google about this, is the ability to do things like use a mobile app now, which is now out for iOS and Android. And you can see kind of in the video here, they're actually showing how inside the app you can use it to take pictures to attach to assignments. And so they're using an example of a chemistry class here. And you can see inside the app, they selected a plus sign to create, then they said attach a photo, and now they're in the camera mode. And so the picture that they take will be attached to the assignment for that class. And so that's a nice little feature on the mobile app, available again for iOS and Android. And they can also share from other apps in Google Classroom. So if they have the Google Docs, Google Sheets, or Google Slides app download, they can share from those into the Classroom app. So those are the updates. And again, Google Classroom is constantly making updates to this. If you ever want to add feedback, click the question mark in the bottom right, send feedback. Google has been listening to a lot of the feedback. They're making changes as needed. So this is Google Classroom. Updates are always coming, but this should get you started.